Hi, I'm Nick Morales, the Real Estate Deal Junkie.
Let's get down to business. So let's get down to business.
Welcome back to my channel. Did you know that 10% of the real estate transactions are not done on the market? Well, most of those transactions are done these ways that I'm about to show you. In this video, we're gonna go over the different ways that you can actually close and get rid of a deal. So thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to like, subscribe to this channel, and hit a comment if you think you have any questions about what we're going over here today. So step number one is once you get that deal right, you're gonna wanna take a look at it, do the inspections after you've gone through the contract stage and say, okay, what are we gonna do here, right? Like there's so many different ways to go about it. It really just depends on the model that you're trying to go for. So the first model is going to be wholesaling, which is probably the one that you've heard the most of. It's very, very simple. You're basically going to get a contract like you do right now. You have it under contract from a seller. You've decided like, okay, hey, the math makes sense. I can buy this property. So I have it under contract, right? But let's just say you're like, hey, I don't want to actually do the renovations. I don't want to go down that route. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell it to somebody else, right? Probably the fastest way to make the most money in the shortest amount of time. So that's the first option. The next option is to buy that property, take it down, get the financing, and actually flip the property, which is typically time intensive. You're gonna be hiring a lot of contractors to go out there, or you're doing it yourself. It really just depends on what route you're gonna wanna go there. I've done a little bit of both. We've done swinging the hammer. I've also hired the contractors. Now I just hire the team to go out there. It's better for my time and my money to actually just go ahead and get more properties and just pay a contractor his 20%. That's gonna be the second way to do it, is by flipping. Now your margins in flipping are gonna be a lot higher, but your risk is a lot higher as well. And the time frame to getting that money could go anywhere from 90 days all the way to 200 days. It really just depends on how you're doing the flip and where you're doing it, what area you're doing it in, and making sure you know your numbers. That's the biggest thing, is making sure you know the math and the numbers that go into it. Just never overbuy, never play on speculation in that game. Now, the last one's gonna be holding. It's very similar to flipping, but instead of flipping it to then sell it on the market, you're flipping it and you're gonna flip it to yourself basically. You're gonna buy it cheap, you're then gonna put some money into it, and then you're gonna get a loan to then pull out your money and then do it again, which is called BRRRR, which is buy, renovate, rent, refi, and repeat. The BRRRR model is awesome because it allows you to put more properties into your portfolio without putting a lot of cash out. I've done a couple of those already this year. Best part about it is I get paid to flip this property to myself. I'm flipping it to myself essentially, and then I'm going back out and renting it, and I get to hold on to it. I didn't have to sell it to somebody else, and I'm now collecting cash flow. So really just depends on what route you want to go with your investment strategy. There's so many different routes to go to. My best advice is to pick one that works really, really well for you and just stick to that. Otherwise, it becomes very distracting on trying to do all these different things and these different models. But what I'm gonna do in other videos coming up is I'm gonna actually go into more detail on each one of these things to have a better understanding of actually how to do them. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to join along with me on this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button and smash that subscribe button for me. And thanks so much for your time.
Let's get down to business. So let's get down to business.
Hey, I'm Nick Morales. Hey, I'm Nick Morales, the Real Estate Deal Junkie. Wow.
No.
Hey, I'm Nick Morales, the